Welcome back, Tough Men of Faith.
I didn't say it made a good statement.
Dude, why you hating on my sunglasses?
Nick, just before we came on air, he's asking whether you should keep sunglasses on your head or not.
Well, I just wanted to make sure that, that I looked like the semi-professional that I am in life.
We're not going for professional on this.
That's good. Then we're exceeding expectations.
We are. I don't know. It just makes a statement like, hey, I'm here. I'm relaxed.
Cool.
I'm cool.
Yeah. That's how I feel like I got that Riz.
Yeah.
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 Yep.
Anyways.
Your kids taught me that.
My kids?
Yeah.
Said you had
W Riz.
I don't know.
It's like
it changes every couple weeks.
I know. But
I've learned with some of those is just be careful what you say because it may not mean the same
I
thing
know.
to others.
Yeah.
I don't know what that means,
Right.
but I have learned that.
I think I was texting one of your kids the other day, and I said, that's tight. And they're like, no, we don't say that anymore. I'm like,
Yeah.
What do you mean? That's out.
Yeah.
So, yeah, I can't
Anyways.
keep up with it. It's so fast moving.
It is.
It's worse than technology.
Yeah.
I thought I was behind on technology, which I am, but
Yeah, of course.
yeah, the statements the kids use
Yeah.
today are just, it's crazy.
Yeah. Well, nice sunglasses and nice
Thank
Increase Jesus shirt.
You like my shirt?
Yeah, it's
you.
nice.
And you can get these at increasejesus.com.
Appreciate them sponsoring this season. Yep.
You can use a promo code Tough-10.
Tough-10.
Get some money off.
Yep. Check it out.
Yeah.
Good week?
Oh, yeah.
Good.
Yeah, life is good, buddy. How about you?
Yeah, I mean, my life's good. Like, you sound really pumped. Like, life's great. So
yeah. Did you put into action any of the things we talked about last week?
The listening?
Oh, yeah.
Did I put it into listening techniques?
Oh, yeah. See what I did there?
Yeah, I seen it.
Put a little pause in it.
I'm probably not the one to ask. Maybe ask my coworkers or
maybe I'll ask your wife.
ask my wife or my kids.
Okay.
People I've hung out with.
Yeah, I put the uncomfortable pause in a few sentences when I got home the other night, and she thought there was something wrong with me. She's like, "Are you listening to me?" I was like, "Yeah. Give me a second. Try and take it all in."
All right, you ready to go today?
Yeah. What are we doing?
So last week I mentioned like, hey, here's a few different ideas for topics.
Yeah.
So we're gonna do another one this week.
Okay.
So action over words seize the day.
Action over words seize the day. Okay.
Sound good?
Like, don't talk about it, be about it.
Yeah, we've kind of talked about that before. So this is kind of 5 practical things.
Okay.
Like, if you're thinking about this.
Yeah. Do you suffer with this?
Sometimes.
I do too, quite a bit. It's really easy for me to make plans or to talk about ideas and things that I want to do, and like I really enjoy helping people.
Yeah.
Especially people that need it.
Yeah.
And I always say, yeah, let's do that, and then
Yeah.
it never materializes.
Yeah, I said sometimes, but I definitely suffer from it.
Yeah.
Because I probably more than I even realize.
Oh, yeah.
That I think about doing something, don't follow through.
Yeah, I got a friend that kind of called me out on it the other day.
Yeah.
He's like, man, you always say, yeah, well, let's do that. Like, he keeps asking me to go out to dinner, and I was like, yeah, that sounds good. Let's do it. And then he's like, then I see you next Sunday at church, and I'm like, hey, we want to go out to dinner, and he said, yeah, I guess you'll just make time for it when you want to.
Yeah.
And that kind of hit home. It's like, wait a minute, I just haven't been making time for my friends.
Yeah.
They've been reaching out, and I've been not intentionally too busy, but I just haven't been intentionally making time.
Yeah. So me, it's some of it's the smaller things like that.
Yeah.
But also, I would struggle more maybe with some larger things that I think sometimes I feel like God's called me to do this, or this would be a good idea to try this, and I keep just kind of putting it off.
Okay.
It's like we're doing in the fall. We're going to do the big men's event.
Yeah.
And invite all the friends of Tough Men of Faith to be there, and it's going to be a great experience. And we got more details coming about that.
Yeah, you've got 3 details wrote down, don't you?
I do now. Like, no, I actually have it like fairly planned out.
Okay.
So
cool.
we're just trying to make sure we confirm a date
right.
on that.
Yeah.
So I think next week we'll probably roll that date out.
We're gonna do some Highland games.
I
got a kilt. We can throw
we're
some
not,
big logs in the air. Shot put.
I don't think we're wearing any kilts.
Well, some of us might be.
Well, that's a different event. That did not pass the committee. But stuff like that, I think sometimes I get some pretty big ideas for, and their words, and I don't always take action on them.
Okay.
I think some of my downfall is things like that. I know I can't pull this off by myself, so I have to put myself out there and go out there and ask some other guys like, hey, I think this would be really great.
Yeah, we
should get together and do it.
You love to delegate.
And so then, and it's not bad things. Like,
right.
honestly, like even with this, as we've started to mention to a few guys and words gets out, I think we're going to have a host of guys who want to get behind this and help and
Yeah.
go to it. So it's going to be a good thing. It's just that it's really easy to talk about it. Or for me, I sat in a coffee shop when I was out of state one day,
Yeah.
had about 3 hours to kill, sat down. Man, I made a great plan for
You
this.
sat at a coffee shop for 3 hours?
Yeah, I do that all the time.
Really?
Yeah.
Okay.
That's my bet. So like this past week, I got a conference this week and a lot of things going on. So I knew I need to get my sermon done early.
Yeah.
So I went to a coffee shop really early on Monday morning, sat there for 4 hours, and just knocked it out.
Do you need help writing your sermons?
I have Chat GPT now, so
okay.
I'm good.
Okay,
Yeah,
you don't need my help.
That's good. Anyway, but I can make a great plan.
Yeah.
And I'm fairly decent at that. But it's that, hey,
Oh,
let's put it in
enacting
the
it and
action,
putting it into
especially when
action.
it's something bigger. Like
Yeah.
it's going to take a lot of resources to
Yeah.
pull it off.
Okay.
So, yeah. So I was thinking through it. So 5 things that I think kind of help with that.
Okay. Let's
One
hit
would
it.
be from contemplation to action.
Yeah.
So from just contemplating it to just thinking about it to, hey, the time to act is now.
That's like making a plan to make a plan.
Right.
But it'd be good if you had that.
Yeah.
I need to contemplate the plan. I need to figure out all the details of it, and then I need to put it into action. And
Yeah.
how do you go about doing it?
Yeah. And I think as guys, a lot of times we get stopped in that planning phase
Oh, yeah.
because we're pretty good at it.
Yeah.
So I think some guys are better than others, but a lot of guys just really love planning.
Yeah.
And I think some of that planning is like dreaming and having a vision of what can take place,
Right.
pondering our next steps, writing it down. But the crucial piece is going from that planning stage to, okay, I'm going to start taking some action steps.
Yeah.
Not just writing down my next action steps, but taking some of those.
Okay.
It's like that old proverb, right? The best time to plant a tree was
Yesterday.
30 years ago.
Oh, yeah. That's what I meant.
The next best time to plant a tree is
Yeah. 30
Today.
years ago. Yeah. 29 years ago.
no.
Yeah.
There's this. Oh my goodness. There's this Bible verse, Ecclesiastes 11:4.
Well, I haven't read that yet, so
Yeah,
that's why I missed
it's
it.
this. That's not in the Bible. Okay, so it's clear. That's not a Bible verse.
Okay.
The best time to correct. This one is, he observes the wind will not sow, and he who regards the clouds will not reap.
Okay.
So if you just observe the wind,
Right.
and you're not actually sowing, if you're just looking at the clouds and not really planning anything, be like,
Yeah.
hey, it's going to rain. I need to get my garden planted. You're never going to reap anything.
Right.
And so I thought that verse just kind of stood out to me. Like, I can plan this men's event that we're going to do and have a great plan for it.
Yeah.
Even have a website built and all this stuff. But if we don't take action
Sorry,
to do
I'm still
something,
laughing at Blake
yeah,
for laughing at me.
if we don't take any action,
Yeah.
nothing's going to happen.
Right.
So whatever that may be, going out to lunch or dinner with
Yeah.
some
my
buddies,
friend
you
or-
keep
yeah.
saying you're going to do it, but you never take action. Yeah.
Right.
All right. So move from contemplation to action. The next one is what you do matters more than what you say.
Oh, yeah.
And action resonates with others.
Yeah. Like my friend.
Yeah. Yeah.
But
yeah, yeah.
I run into this a lot with my wife too. Because I say we're going to do something
Mm-hmm.
or I'm going to do something, and then
Yeah.
even if I don't want to do it, I probably shouldn't say that I'm going to. But
Right.
sometimes I have a hard time putting things into action.
Well, in our world, like we have all kinds of people who make promises and plans,
Yeah, like politicians.
politicians, businesses, and we do it ourselves.
Yeah.
But what sets people apart are the people who actually take action and do it.
Yep.
And people, and that's that old saying too, right? So people remember what you do, not what you say.
Yeah, not what you said you were going to do.
Right, right. Which I do remember that. But
Right.
if you want to leave a legacy and have influence future generations long after you're dead,
Yep.
it has to be actions you have taken and not great ideas you just had.
Yeah.
What are you thinking?
Nothing, man. I like it.
What you do matters more than what you say. Action resonates with others.
Yep.
And I think action, when you take action, you start inspiring other people to jump on board and take action.
I
as
agree.
well.
People see what you're doing, and
Yeah.
they want that.
Yeah.
Yep.
Because
And
if
then
we,
people want to be around you because you're a doer and not just someone that says he's going to do something.
absolutely.
Yep.
Right. Yeah.
People like a strong leader and somebody that not only talks about doing something but
Yeah.
enacts it.
Yeah. I mean, that's why in Matthew chapter 5, it's like, hey, let your light shine before others that they're going to see your good deeds.
Yeah.
We can tell people how much we care about them.
Right.
We can tell them that the gospel matters for their life and we love them because Jesus loves them. But if we never do anything, if there's no action behind it, like,
Right.
do you really?
Yeah.
So
All right. What's your
Yeah.
next point?
life is brief. Seize the opportunity.
Life is brief.
Practicing your listening skills there. You weren't saying anything. Proud of you.
Right. You ever think about that though? Like we're probably middle age.
I don't know.
I'm probably a little further along.
No, I'm a little bit older than you. So.
I know, but life expectancy wise.
No, James talks about like life is a vapor, how quick it is.
Yeah.
Man, I'm starting to feel that. Like,
Yeah.
it goes quick.
Oh yeah.
And we waste time with hesitation.
Yep.
So how many? It's like we take this men's event. If we don't do it this fall, then we're like, okay, we're going to put it on next year maybe.
Yeah.
So we're already a year behind. If we're already middle age,
right, we might not make it.
we may not make it. This idea that life doesn't wait for anyone.
Yeah.
Right.
It's funny too. Is like, I really like my first real time like experiencing and dealing with death.
Mm-hmm.
Like I thought, not necessarily that the world would stand still, but like there'd be some change in the world. But
Yeah.
there's none.
No.
I mean, the world just keeps spinning, and people keep living
Yeah.
their normal lives. And just because your world fell apart today doesn't mean that the whole world did.
No, and most businesses, right? Like, if a close relative dies of yours,
Yeah.
you get 3 days off work, and then you're back at it.
Right. Yeah.
So it's, and I know the grieving process is still happening.
Oh, yeah.
Things that take years.
Right.
But hey, and the factory still needs workers
Yeah.
or whatever type of job you need.
Yeah.
You got to be back at it.
Right.
Yeah. So
Yeah.
life's short.
Yeah, it is short.
Yeah, and there's such a short window to get stuff done and
I know.
accomplish things. So.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. How many times we say that we need more hours in the day and days in the week? I mean, it's a normal thing.
Yeah. Number 4, embrace failure as a stepping stone. Learning from setbacks paves the way for the future.
Yeah. That's a big one.
It is, because a lot of times we don't take action because, hey, I've tried. It
Yep.
did not go well.
Right. But it's just one more lesson that you've learned. I mean,
Yeah.
it's not a stopping point. It's just, well, it shouldn't be a stopping point.
No.
You
Well, every
need to-
failure carries a lesson.
Yeah.
Right. So, so that to me that's a big one. Even, if we put on this men's thing this fall and
Yeah.
Blake, you and I are there, and
Yeah, it's a bus.
that's it. And
right.
you run around your kilt, and
You're thinking about it, aren't you?
no, definitely not. And
Kilt and Crocs.
yeah, and no,
Yeah.
if it's a total collapse,
Yeah.
and then we never do it again, like, do we learn anything from it? Or if
Right.
we're like, hey, yeah, we're going to do it again, but this next time we're not going to advertise in the advertisement with Nick with a kilt on. We think more people may come, right? So we've learned from it.
Right.
So embrace your failures as a stepping stone to what's next.
Yeah.
I think helps us take action. So I just think it's the way we view failure so many times.
I know.
Like it's not the end of
We
end
and we
all.
almost, I think we take it personally.
Yeah.
We really don't need to.
No.
It's okay to not succeed at something.
Mhm.
I mean, it's okay if you learn something from it. It's not okay if you don't succeed at something and you do it again
Yeah.
and don't succeed again and do it again and don't succeed
Yeah.
again and don't change anything about the way that you're doing something.
Yeah.
But if you're learning something from it and actively trying to grow off of it
Mm-hmm.
and make it better, it's okay to fail.
Yeah. I tell the team I lead all the time, like,
I'm a failure.
I don't care. Well, they already know that. It's like, hey, we're gonna try something, right?
Right,
So
yeah.
come with some ideas. I don't care if they're bad ideas.
Right.
I don't care if this doesn't work.
Yeah.
We're just constantly going to be trying something new.
Right.
And I encourage that in the team. But then when it comes to myself, a lot of times I'm pretty hard on myself if
Oh, yeah.
something doesn't work. Instead of just saying, hey, we tried something.
Yeah, it
Let's
didn't work.
Do something
let's
different
try
next
something
week.
else.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yes, I think
Do you
embracing
think
that.
that's where the emotional part of it comes in? Like it was maybe your idea and you tried it and it didn't work and you almost get down on yourself because you had a bad idea?
Yeah. I think it goes down to pride, probably to root.
Yeah, I
Like,
think so.
why didn't my idea really take off?
Yeah.
When the reality is I should probably look at, hey, I'm glad I had that idea because I learned a lot from
Yeah.
that event, that thing not working, that
Yeah.
I know how to handle it better next time.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah. Number 5. We're moving through these quickly.
Well,
Yeah.
when you're great listeners like us.
That's
and
true.
Also great speakers.
Yeah, and there's a big storm getting rolled through our town right now, so we're
It'd be all right.
yeah.
Yeah. I'll
Um,
take you home. I won't let you fly away.
I'll be okay. I'll be okay. I'm not riding home with
Get
you
you
in your
back to
kilt.
Kansas.
Yeah. Number 5. Become determined and resilient. It's the key to overcoming challenges.
Yeah.
So
I
if you're
think resiliency is the key.
yeah, resiliency, yeah, I agree.
Yeah.
And just that
Yeah, life is-
determination.
Life has got all kinds of challenges, but a little resiliency goes a long way.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, there's always going to be obstacles,
Oh, yeah.
always going to be problems.
Yep.
But I think that when you're resilient and you have that determination that this is going to happen.
Oh, yeah.
Like I'm going to make sure this happens.
Right.
That's the gasoline. This fuels you forward, right?
Yeah, exactly. And I think you see that with a lot of successful people, in businesses and marriages and,
Yeah.
in life and in their walk. I'm going to make this happen one way or the other. This is going to happen. And
Yeah.
I think that's yeah, for sure.
Which I think that's even good, like even for your marriage, right?
Right.
Just be committed to, I'm going to make this work.
Yeah.
I'm going to work hard. I'm going to be determined. I'm going to be resilient.
Right. Yeah. There's no failing this. There's no second try.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Or, starting a business,
Right.
like, hey, I'm determined. I'm
Right.
resilient. I'm going to
Yep.
trying to get out of debt.
Yeah. Joining a church.
Joining church.
Yeah,
because a good church, good way to look at it, like, there's going to be some bumpy roads.
Oh, yeah.
There's going to be some people who upset you.
Right.
You're going to get offended
there's
at the
gonna be some
pastor
people that say
sometime.
some things. Pastor might give a bad message.
He's going to.
It happens.
Here's
Not
the
to
thing.
you, it happens.
No,
to
it
people.
happens to me. Like, do you ever have a bad day at work? Like,
I've never had one.
No, we just talked about something you did at work
Yeah, we
earlier,
did.
right? How
Yeah.
you kind of messed up.
Oh yeah.
So at your job, you mess up. Maybe the
I'm not getting a
homeowner,
bonus.
maybe a couple people know you messed up.
Yeah, exactly.
The problem when a pastor has a bad day at work, like, it messes up.
Yeah, it's like 300 people now.
Or how many ever
however many
they're
people.
listening, right?
Yeah.
It's like,
Yeah. Yeah, all 12 people know that you messed up.
yeah, all 12 people that were there listening.
Yeah. They were paying attention.
Yeah,
Yeah.
that's true. Yeah, all right, so let's review through these real quick and then
Okay.
wrap it up. All right, so what we're looking at, if you want to seize the day,
Yeah.
action over words. One is move from contemplation to action.
Oh,
So the time to act is now.
Right.
Don't stay in the planning phase forever.
Yeah,
Eventually, you got to do something.
Yeah. Yeah, make a great plan, but then
Yeah.
enact it. Then do something with it.
Or if you don't have time, just get yourself an average plan
Right.
and at least start doing something.
Yeah.
Because that's better than having a great plan and doing absolutely nothing.
Yeah, I agree.
So I think that's where a lot of us fail. We think we just need this perfect plan.
Yeah. Yeah. Yeah, we can grow off of a bad plan.
Yeah.
Um,
And once the bullets start flying, your plan's out the window anyway.
Right, yeah. Isn't that what they say
That's what they say.
in the military?
That's what they say. Yep.
Bullets start flying, plan's gone. Just live.
Just stay alive.
Yep.
What you do matters more than what you say. Action resonates with others, so don't just talk about it.
Yeah, be about it.
Be about it. Maybe we get that on our next T-shirt.
Yeah, maybe. I like it.
Talk to Seth at Increase Jesus, and
Oh, yeah. I got all kinds of T-shirt ideas.
I know you do.
That's what I just, I don't know how comfortable he is with us yet, so
Yeah,
I figured I'd give it a little time.
he doesn't know you well yet, so
Right.
yeah, give us some time.
Yeah.
Life is brief. Seize the opportunity.
Yep.
Right, so don't waste all your time and hesitating on waiting to move.
Life goes way too fast.
Embrace failure as a stepping stone.
Yeah.
So seeing those setbacks not as pushing you back and stopping,
Yeah.
but those setbacks are really paving the way for the way you're going to go
Get
forward.
rid of your pride. Let go of it
yeah.
a little bit. Push it aside. Learn from your mistakes and move on.
Yeah. And then the fifth one, become determined and resilient.
Yeah.
Which that's the key to overcoming challenges you face.
Yep. I like it.
You like it. All right, so last week you put in some listening techniques.
Oh, yeah.
You've been pausing.
Yeah.
You're better at work. You're better in your marriage.
This week,
You're a
I'm
better
gonna-
friend listening.
I'm going to seize the day
This week,
and put my pride away.
put your pride away.
It's okay to
seize
mess
the
up on
day.
occasion as long as you learn from it.
Yeah, and I'm going to take stuff from planning to action.
Yeah.
So I'm going to do it specifically with our
With our retreat,
men's event that we're doing. Retreat, something.
whatever you call it.
Well, we got to get the name.
Yeah, we got to come up with something.
We're
better.
going to have it.
Yeah.
I'm going to put it in the action. I'm going to come up with a name, not this plan that we need a name.
Nice.
Anything else for today?
No, but thanks for listening.
Yeah.
Thanks for checking out Increase Jesus.
Mhm.
And thanks for sharing this on the socials. Let your friends know about it. Just two normal dudes trying to give out a good message. And we'll see you next time.
Two normal dudes with a great message.
Not a bad shirt.
There's your shirt.
I know.
See you guys later.
Thanks.